Nick Walker gets mad, Samson Dauda shrinks his waist, plus much more. What's up, Desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back with another bodybuilding news video. I'm going to start with an update here from Ahmed Ashkanani out of Oxygen Gym, training in the same gym as Brandon Curry, your 2019 Mr Olympia, and he's looking in damn good condition. Just over 2 weeks out of the 2023 212 Mr Olympia, and people forget but Ahmed Ashkanani is a guy that's placed second to Flex Lewis at the 212 Olympia before. So he's a guy that can bring a very impressive package. I think he's rediscovering his best form as well. So I think Ahmed Ashkanani, no doubt, is a guy that can not only get top 5 of this show, he can even push for a top 3 finish in this contest with guys like Angel Calderon, Keon Pearson, Sean Clarita, obviously, Keref Bajo. There's a bunch of guys right up there in the 212. And I think the 212 is getting a bit more competitive this year than it was last year as well. Now we head to the men's physique with an update here from Jeremy Buendia, and I am extremely excited to see his Olympia return in the men's physique. And men's physique isn't a class that I typically follow very closely, but Jeremy, with this crazy V-taper and structure, he seems like he has more muscle than ever. He's going for his 5th men's physique Olympia title. He's the most winningest men's physique champion ever already, and he's looking really damn good. If this comes in really conditioned, I think he's got enough muscularity, more than enough, I think, especially for his structure as well. He's not a tall guy, and he's got that small of a waist and just balloons out in the chest, shoulders, and arms area. I think it looks fantastic. I'm predicting him to win his 5th men's physique Olympia title. And it's going to be tight, though, because you got guys like Aaron Banks, Kyron Holden, who actually just beat Aaron Banks. There's a bunch of guys that could win that men's physique Olympia title, but Jeremy Buendia definitely has to be one of the favorites. Now we head to the classic physique, and we've got an update here from Mike Sommerfeld. A guy who placed in the top 5 last year, looked really damn good. His taper and his structure are crazy, as we know. He's got that big rib cage, small waist, but he's bringing some really good conditioning here as well. He's coached by Neil Hill, and I think he's going to be up there in that top 5, or at least challenging for that top 5 once again. And we've got some physique updates here from Terrence Ruffin, a man who's coming off 2 Classic Physique Pro victories, a guy who's finished second in the Classic Physique Olympia 2 times. I believe he's a multiple-time Classic Physique Arnold Classic champion as well. Terrence Ruffin is looking really damn conditioned here. I heard at the Dubai Pro he's actually lighter than he was the previous year, where he showed up at the Classic Physique Mr Olympia, placed outside the top 5, didn't get to perform his routine, which is really a travesty, and hopefully they do the top 10 routines for the Classic Physique this year, because I think that division has a lot of interest. But he's looking really conditioned. I don't think he's going to fall outside the top 5 this year, because he is looking really sharp. We know he poses to make himself look bigger than he actually is. And I think with this weight increase too, we could see some big things from Terrence Ruffin next year. Now we get to the open physique updates. We've got an update here from Tonio Burton, looking in great shape. And he says he's harder weeks ago than he was earlier this year at the New York Pro. So it seems like Tonio Burton's going to be bringing his all-time best conditioning. He's got a lot of dense muscle. How does he look standing next to some of these other guys in the lineup that are a little bit bigger structurally? It's going to be very interesting, because I think we're going to see Tonio Burton's best if he is more conditioned than ever, and also he seems like he's bringing that same level of muscularity to the stage. So Tonio Burton is definitely one to watch at the 2023 Mr Olympia. Now another guy who's going a little bit under the radar in Andrea Presti, we've got some updates here. He's definitely bringing the conditioning to the Mr Olympia stage, as he always does with his conditioning. He's a guy that's very consistent. And he's another guy not to be discounted. He's a guy that could potentially push for a top 10 finish. And when you look at him individually, you say, maybe his legs are a little bit too small. You know, maybe he needs a bit more size overall. But he has such a wide shoulder structure that really doesn't show through on photos like it does when he stands next to other bodybuilders. So he's a guy that could challenge for that top 10. And onto a guy that I believe will be in the top 10 in Nathan D'Asha. We get this physique update from him. He went to actually, I believe, fly, I'm assuming, to America to get to the Mr Olympia. but he had a delay and then he's got another delay. So it seems like he's had some issues getting to America. I don't think it's anything visa related or anything like that. So don't worry, guys. Nathan De Asha is still planning on coming to America and competing in the Mr. Olympia as far as I know. So don't stress there, but he is looking really damn impressive. I think he's only getting better. I've mentioned this in other recent updates that I've put up. Some people think that I'm crazy for putting Nathan over Krizo, but I've had other people say that I'm crazy for putting Hunter over Nathan. So I think people are pretty polarized on how Nathan will do at the 2023 Mr. Olympia, or he's a polarizing figure in terms of where you think he'll actually place, because people are really varying, I suppose, their predictions and where they're going. But his back is one thing that I think has really improved. It's looking better since the contests, and this is his most impressive physique update to date. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below on Nathan De Asha. Where do you think you'll place at the 2023 Mr. Olympia? Now on to Brandon Curry, whose birthday is actually today as well. So happy birthday to 2019 Mr. Olympia Brandon Curry. This update was dropped by his coach wishing Brandon a happy birthday, and he is looking really damn impressive. The lines are in the shoulders. The waist is looking tight. Everything looks on point. The glutes and hamstrings and everything there is coming in nicely. So as long as Brandon can bring enough fullness to the stage with this level of conditioning that he appears to be bringing to the stage, I have no doubt Brandon Curry will be top 5 if he does bring that to the stage at this year's Mr. Olympia. And onto a guy that Brandon Curry no doubt will be in some call-outs with in Samson Dauda, who's been impressing me physique update to physique update. And this one really impresses me because of the waist. Now, I'm assuming this was probably in the morning or after cardio or something like that, because that waist looks incredibly small. Now, we know Samson has to eat a lot of food to carb up, and sometimes he can get a little bit of distension through the waist, I think through the carb up process. But I'm incredibly encouraged that Samson is definitely taking care of his waist. He makes comment on it, and he's looking really damn impressive. If he can bring that sort of waist, or even just a little bit more thickness to that waist than that, to the Mr. Olympia stage 2023 with enough fullness to his muscle as well. And that's that tough balance of having the small waist but having enough fullness in the muscle. And Samson is a guy that can flatten out incredibly quickly. So if he can bring that sort of combination to the stage and bring those aesthetics with the waist being small as well and play on his strengths, Samson Dauda no doubt can be the 2023 Mr. Olympia. And on to another guy, a third guy in this video that could be the 2023 Mr. Olympia in Nick Walker. Why is he mad? This is posted up on his latest YouTube video, so let's check it out and react to Nick Walker.
And I am truly, truly confident, and I don't give a f***, I'll say it every goddamn year. I am truly confident I'm going to win the Mr. Olympia this year. I truly am. I know everyone sees Derek, Hottie, Samson. These guys look phenomenal. I'm not even going to deny it. But y'all know what the mutant does. The mutant comes through and shocks the world every time he steps on that mother stage. And this year won't be any different.
I think Nick Walker is manifesting here because he pretty much knows if he wins the Mr. Olympia this year, that is going to be clipped, used in motivational videos, absolutely everything. So Nick Walker is fired up. He knows these other guys are coming. He knows they're good, but he is fired up to win the 2023 Mr. Olympia. And it didn't stop there as well. On the latest episode of Heavy Muscle Radio with Dave Palumbo and Chris Aceto, here's what Dave had to say.
We already got Kamali already got a text message from Nick Walker who wasn't happy about the fact that we didn't have him as the favorite, you know.
But well, he is a favorite.
Yeah, well, I don't think anyone on our panel picked him as the guy who's going to win.
So I don't know if that's true, if Nick was upset because no one picked him to win. I picked Nick in 4th place in my Olympia predictions, which you can check out. I'll put a link to that in the description below. But Nick Walker, no doubt, I mean, obviously Samson Dauda beat him this year at the Arnold Classic. Samson Dauda's improved. I think Nick Walker is going to be dramatically improved on what he brought to the Arnold Classic in terms of fullness and the conditioning. If it's the same as the Arnold plus bigger, then no doubt Nick Walker is going to do better and he can definitely challenge and beat Samson Dauda. I have no doubt about that. But Nick Walker is fired up. He's got that sort of thing. Jay Cutler has said in the past as well, he was upset when people didn't predict him to win. So Nick Walker's following that same sort of suit, and I don't think Nick's genuinely upset at anyone. I think he's just fired up. He's in that prep mode. He's got that prep brain right now, and he's looking to win that 2023 Mr. Olympia. And it leads me to the question, is Nick Walker being disrespected by people in their predictions? Is he being disrespected and maybe disregarded a little bit in terms of being a challenger to that Mr. Olympia title, because everyone's predicting, or a lot of people are predicting Hardy or Derek Lunsford or any of these sort of guys? So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. And if you did enjoy this video, give the video a thumbs up, smash that like button, also subscribe and hit the notification bell button. That way you'll be notified of every video that goes up from myself, Xavier Wills at Desktop Bodybuilding. So for Xavier Wills, this is Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are out.